You can hide out and never show your face. You can make on that you left this place. Bury your troubles in an old suitcase and head on out the door. You can bet high when the bucks are low. You can turn your back on everybody you know. And you can hop a train when you don't want to go, with no turning back. When will you stop running to take a good look at yourself? Yes, and nobody learned nothing from running. You can learn that lesson from me.
Welcome back to Buzz Moncton. We have a real treat for you today. We're talking with Thom Swift, Maple Blues Award winner. He's an ECMA Award winner, I think, at least a nominee. We'll get that. He is award winner, yeah. And he's continues to tour. He continues to make great music, and he continues to put lots of smiles on lots of faces. So welcome to Buzz Moncton.
Thanks, Terry.
It's great that you're here, man.
Well, it's my pleasure.
You've had quite a great run, I guess we could say, over the last few years.
Oh, it's 25 years.
Yeah, you know.
It still continues to be a bit of a run.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
You get to do something you love.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Your most recent CD or album, The Fortunate Few, it's been well for you. That's your third album, is it?
My third solo CD. Before that, I was with a group called Hot Toddy Trio.
Right.
And we were based out of Fredericton, and we did 9 albums in 12 years that we were together.
Wow.
Toured all over the world, really. And it basically set me up to do what I'm doing now, which is my own thing.
Obviously, the span between albums in those days was a little more, intense than it is now. Is it something that you've kind of come to learn, take your time, or is this something of an organic way of doing things for you?
Well, I think back then we had 3 writers in the group, and so you were able to. There was, there was more music happening, original music being created amongst the 3 of us. With one person, between, I have a young family and married, of course, and there's other things going on in my life that take priority over just my music, So it takes me a couple of years, generally, in between albums.
Yeah. Do you ever get back to the Hot Toddy? Do you have, reunions or anything, you guys?
We just had a major reunion last weekend at the Harvest Jazz and Blues Festival.
Really?
We played at the Playhouse to a sold-out crowd there, and it was amazing to be back on stage with Tom Easley and Joel LeBlanc.
Well, you work out of Halifax now, but that's pretty much home for you.
That was home for a long time, and I grew up in a little place called Macadam, a little railroad town, and it's about an hour from Fredericton. So, when I got out of high school, then the easy thing to do was to move into Fredericton. So I spent quite a few years there, and but now I've been in Halifax now for about 10 years. So.
But there was a period there where you were in a band. You decided to call them the El Caminos, and you had a pretty cool following there for a while. Now, is there any?
Well, that was just me doing my own thing, and the guys that I had in that band were all very, very close friends, and they're all 20, 30, 40-year pros, and so it was great to have them on board, and I like vehicles. I like those vehicles, the El Caminos. So I just named the band the El Caminos, and they're still around. Like Jeff is one of the El Caminos that's with me tonight. So yeah, it didn't go anywhere. It's still there.
Waiting for the next chapter to be written.
Every album I've done solo in my solo career has had the El Caminos.
You've had an opportunity to work with a lot of really quality people, both here in Canada and abroad. Can you rattle some off for us? Both, you've had songwriting partners, but also performance partners.
Well, locally, I guess the East Coast people. I think of Dave Gunning, who I've collaborated in songwriting. He's a great friend of mine, and it's been a pleasure. He's just class act, that guy. J.P. Cormier, Matt Anderson. I've collaborated on some of his albums most recently, and David Miles, and there's everybody really. There's a lot of folks that I consider very close friends that I've had the pleasure of working with, but I've shared the stage with a lot of big international names too, which has been bit of a thrill.
I'm
as
sure
well.
it has. Yeah. In 2014, you were bestowed the Blues Recording of the Year by the ECMA.
Yep.
What kind of a thrill was that?
Well, it wasn't my first one. Like every album that I've done on my solo career, from Into the Dirt, Blue Sky Day, and The Fortunate Few, they've all won ECMAs. You know, it's
Right.
always a thrill to be recognized by your peers, I guess, in the music industry that we work within. You know, my goal is not really to win awards. It's to create music, and that's kind of a byproduct of what it is that I do. And when that happens, it's lovely, obviously.
Yeah.
You know.
Are you still learning after all these years of playing? Is there still areas where you can improve, do you feel?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I think that's the joy of what it is that I do, and people like myself who do what I do, is that the learning curve goes on forever. So from the earliest of times when somebody picks a guitar up and decides they want to learn how to play it, you know, I always tell those beginners, you know, you're not in any different place than me, because the road goes on forever.
Right on.
The party never ends.
Well, and with you as a mentor, I'm sure that there'll be some good talent coming up to the ranks.
Well, I mean, I don't teach guitar, but I mean, there are a lot of people that they get frustrated, you know, with, oh my gosh, it's such an uphill battle. But I guess the uphill battle is what I fell in love with at a very early age, and I continue to be in love with it.
Awesome. So it's been a while since The Fortunate Few got onto store shelves, a couple of years.
Yeah.
Is there another project down
Well,
the
I
road?
built a studio just in the past year. Actually, I finished it this year in mid-January. So I have a new space, and I've got an old Studer board, reel-to-reel, 24-track, 2-inch tape, and
Wow.
so that I'm in the process of moving that in right now. So the new album is probably 2/3 written. And so I've got some more work to do on it, and then I'll record it in that new space. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, it's going to give it kind of an organic feel too.
It'll give it a
to the
big,
blues.
wide, deep, huge sound.
Super.
Yeah.
That is going to be exciting.
Yeah,
Can't wait.
I think so.
Thank you so much for this, Tom.
Thanks, Terry, for having me.
Have a great tour.
Thank you very much.
See you next time.
Okay, man. Bye-bye.